They've got a player here who is in the French under-21 team. He's done remarkably well in the Bundesliga for Stuttgart over at least the last 2 seasons. He's gone on leaps and bounds since he joined the club for like, what, 1.5 million euros? And, he's on the cusp of kind of breaking through as a really top-class player, I would say. I think he's got everything about him. He can dribble, he can set up passes, he can score goals. I think he's a kind of really classic kind of number 10. Can play out wide as well. So he's obviously very useful. You can totally see why a club like Arsenal or Tottenham would be interested in him, especially if they can't maybe pick up, the first choice players. I'd probably say it's probably more likely that Tottenham would be interested in him than Arsenal, just because Arsenal seem to be more interested in Zubimendi, the Sociedad defence midfielder, who'll probably take up a lot of their transfer budget this summer. And obviously, Milo's more of an attacking player. He does strike me as a very Tottenham player, I must admit. He's very young. He's got bags of potential. He's very dynamic. He can play number 10 across both wings, scores and creates goals in equal measure. And according to this report, Bield would be available for a very decent fee. Even if that fee, Bield say it's under 20 million euros, even if it's twice that, even if it's like 30, 35 million euros, I still think that's a bit of a bargain for this guy because he's only 22. He's developing in leaps and bounds at Stuttgart, and he's obviously showing that he's more incapable of playing at the highest level, because I actually was checking before we started recording. His goals and assists per 90 in the Champions League this season have actually been identical to his goals and assists in the Bundesliga, or at least his goals were. I can't remember if it was both the other. Certainly no sign that he drops off against better teams. He got an assist against Leverkusen at the weekend there. So, yeah, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer that a club like Tottenham or Arsenal would be interested in signing him. And I guess, unfortunately, Stuttgart are the kind of club that have to kind of sell players at the right time. As you said, the release clause might be much higher. He might stay. It's worth noting that he said in a press conference for a French under-21 team, he says, a departure, yes, of course, that's a goal I've set for myself. But then he kind of doubled back and said, Stuttgart is a club that promotes young players well. I feel comfortable there. It wouldn't be a failure at all to stay. So I guess he kind of said a bit of both there. But we'll